going on, guys? Flying DBZ here, and we're back for another Pokemon Masters video, and I'm very excited to be making this video, because literally all day at work today, all I could think about was making this video. It's exciting, but in the survey, there was a question that was talking about, like, what we'd like to see in the future, and one of them was Sword and Shield sync pairs, and Gigantamaxing, and just a lot of stuff from Sword and Shield as well. Now, regardless, even if we don't click those options, they're going to be adding them in regardless in the future. But obviously, if a lot of people want to see Sword and Shield stuff, they're going to bring it into the game a lot sooner than what they were planning on it. So, I mean, with Sword and Shield, there's a lot of potential that they could do, especially with the Gigantamaxing. But the first Pokemon that I'd actually like to talk about, and sync pairs, or trainers, to get paired up and be in Pokemon Masters from Sword and Shield, is one of them is Zamazenta, and this Pokemon is so sick. Like the sword, not the sword, the Shield Pokemon, or the Shield mascot for the game. And, like, he's very cool. And, of course, if he comes into Pokemon Masters, he's gonna be a defensive god. Like, he's gonna be a defensive machine. Like, nothing will get past him. Like, he'll have, like, maybe 900 HP, like, 450 defense and special defense. Like, it'll be insane. Like, these legendary Pokemons are obviously, like, summonable worthy. I don't imagine these kind of Pokemon being a legendary event, because they're not, like, honestly, they're summonable worthy, but to be paired up with one of these things, so like Zacian or Zamazenta, they're probably gonna get paired up with the main rival of Sword and Shield. I completely forget his name. I think it's Hop. Yeah, it was Hop. So, like, either Zacian or Zamazenta are gonna be paired up with Hop, because, like, when you go into Pokemon Masters, your rival ends up getting whichever one you don't have. So, like, if you get the Sword game, then your rival is gonna get Zamazenta. But then if you get Shield, then your partner or your rival is gonna get Zacian, and they're both very good. Now, of course, Zacian is an offensive Pokemon, and Zamazenta is a defensive god. So, like, when we go down here with their special move, it does say their special move, right? Yeah, okay. So Behemoth Blade. Sorry about that. So Behemoth Blade, the user becomes a gigantic sword and cuts the target. This move deals twice the damage if the target is Dynamax. So, if they get their signature move, and most of the time all these Pokemon that come into Pokemon Masters that have a signature move get their signature move. And they also talked about Gigantamaxing in Pokemon Masters in the survey too. So, if we get Gigantamaxing and Zamazenta and Zacian, then we could possibly see them have this kind of move with this effect as well. So if you're going up, against a Pokemon that is Gigantamax, then this will be doing a ton of damage. So, so it says deals twice the damage. So if you go up against a Gigantamax Pokemon, instead of the attack being 100, it's going to be 200, which is going to be insane. And especially in Pokemon Masters, that's going to do a lot of damage. So, like, of course, if we get Sword and Shield sync pairs, it is very possible that we're going to get Zacian and Zamazenta as well, because they're a very popular Pokemon in Sword and Shield. For good and bad reasons. If you've played the game, you'll know what I'm talking about exactly. The little spinaroo. I still can't believe they actually allowed that in the game. But anyways, but to get paired up with Zacian or Zamazenta, one of the sync pairs will for sure be Hop. And maybe they'll actually get your character. But we could customize our character, so it could, I don't know, maybe it would be Leon or something, or someone, or maybe even the professor. I forget her name, the redhead professor. So maybe she might have him, or the professor. Like, I don't know. There's so many options, but I mean, not like a crazy amount of options, but there's a decent amount of options. But one of them will definitely be Hop, and these Pokemon are just so cool. And of course, like, Leon will probably not have one of these. I don't know why I said Leon, but because of course he's gonna have his Charizard, Leon, and his Charizard. Now, of course, they're going to be a very popular summonable unit, just because, like, if we do get Sword and Shield Sync pairs and Dynamaxing, him and his Charizard down here, like we can see. So he does have a lot of options. So like if we do get Leon, or when we get Leon, because we're gonna get these sync pairs eventually in the future. But like his team is pretty nutso. If you want to, like look at this. Like you have Aegislash, so we can maybe even get a better version of Aegislash. We could get Dragapult, which is a very cool dragon type Pokemon. We already have Haxorus, and he's very good now too. We already have Seismitoad too. We could get Cinderace if they don't give Charizard. But I could imagine for the first time Leon makes an appearance in Pokemon Masters, he will get his Charizard for sure. Now the thing is, if we do get the Charizard, they're gonna have to give him Gigantamaxing, because if he can't Gigantamax or Mega Evolve, then Red and Charizard are still gonna be the better option to bring into the battle. So, but if they don't bring Gigantamaxing into Pokemon Masters when they release Leon and Charizard, then they'll probably give Leon and Charizard a Mega Evolution, which will be the counterpart of Charizard X, which will be Charizard Y. So that could be a possibility too, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people would prefer Gigantamaxing, because it would fit everything that Leon is and the Sword and Shield side of Pokemon. Because it's just weird if Leon has a Mega Charizard Y. But at the same time, it wouldn't be too far-fetched. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that. Like, there's a lot of options. And I'm sure a lot of people would like to see Cinderace, because he's a pretty badass Pokemon, if you ask me. Like, he's really cool. But between his team, honestly, I don't really care for Charizard. Now, of course, if they can Gigantamax, then amazing, awesome. I would love to see that. But if we don't get Gigantamaxing, but we still get Sword and Shield Sync pairs and Pokemon, then out of his team, I would prefer to see Dragapult with Leon. But maybe Cinderace will be more appropriate, just because his main Pokemon is a Fire type, and Cinderace is a Fire type as well. So I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities, and same with Hop. He has a decent team that he could bring too, but for the most part, it's more like obvious, not obvious, but more appropriate for Hop to have Zacian or Zamazenta. But me personally, I feel that he will have Zamazenta, just due to the fact that seeing Hop with Zamazenta is more it's just more not comfortable, but more I can't think of the word right now, but I can see Hop with Zamazenta more, just because I played Pokemon Sword, so it just feels more better seeing Hop with Zamazenta. So probably being a little bit biased there, just because of me playing Sword, so I'm just used to seeing Hop with Zamazenta. There we go. Okay, I got it. There we go. I'm just used to Hop being seen with Zamazenta. There we go. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say or think of, but anyways, there is a lot of possibilities, and of course, Dynamaxing would change up the game. Now, if you could use Dynamaxing in regular battles, like if you could just go into the Battleville and Gigantamax, that's gonna double your HP. So then you're gonna be able to tank a lot more too. And you're going to have your AoE Gigantamaxing moves if they add that in too. So if you could just go into those kind of battles, then it's going to be insanely busted. So I could imagine them having a separate game mode that you could Gigantamax in Pokemon Masters, just to sort of balance everything out. Or if they bring in player versus player, then you can maybe Gigantamax in player versus player only and have more fun there. Because then if they only, if they bring player versus player and Sword and Shield Sync pairs in at the same time, then it would be I think it would be better that way if you could Gigantamax only in player versus player and some parts in single player as well. Because, and co-op of course. Just because it would push more players to be in that side of the game. Because when you go to co-op, it's hard to find another player in co-op depending on the stage that you're in. So pushing Gigantamaxing in different parts of the game would be better. So Gigantamaxing in co-op would be better. And then if they bring player versus player, of course, bringing Gigantamaxing in player versus player too. So But out of the Sword and Shield sync pairs, like Zacian, Zamazenta, they're like probably the the more popular ones. Like, I wouldn't say popular, but more of the kinds that I would really like to see personally. Like out of the legendaries, Eternatus, I mean, like, I don't really care about Eternatus. He doesn't even really look like a Pokemon, and I understand why. But like, if they bring Eternatus in and have his Gigantamax form in there as well, then oh, that would be amazing, because you can't even use his form in the actual mainstream game. So that would actually bring more attention to Pokemon Masters, because then you could actually use his form that you can't use in the mainstream games in Pokemon Masters. So I don't know, there's a lot of possibilities, like even maybe having a legendary event, Zacian and Zamazenta, like we could have their their forms where they're not holding the sword and the shield as the legendary event Pokemon, and then we could have their sword version as the summonable one, and then you could like have them synced up in like, if you have both of them, the free-to-play one and then the summonable one, that would be amazing too. Like, I think that would be great, like having different versions of them as well. Like, they could easily do that, no problem. Now, of course, they're not going to be as strong as when they have their sword on, or the sword or the shield, but there's a lot of things that they could do. Now, I'm only strictly talking about Leon and Charizard, Zacian, and Zamazenta in this video, just because like they're probably the ones that we're mostly gonna get first when we get into the Sword and Shield aspect of Pokemon coming to Pokemon Masters. So like, I mean, just because they're like very popular and they're more like recognizable, like when you see Zacian and Zamazenta, you're like, oh, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then when you see Leon, you're also like, oh, Pokemon Sword and Shield. And yeah, I forgot to turn off my notifications there. Awesome. But anyways, let me know what you guys think, because obviously with them like saying and introducing Sword and Shield and Gigantamaxing in the survey, they definitely have plans on bringing Sword and Shield and Gigantamaxing in Pokemon Masters. And of course, if a lot of people want to see that, then they're gonna move that scheduling for Gigantamaxing and Sword and Shield Pokemon a lot earlier than what they were planning on doing. So like, we'd probably get it like later on this year, if not a lot of people want to see it, but we are going to get it eventually. But yeah, so like, I would imagine they would, just because this anniversary has been very successful for them. Like, they've definitely got a lot of revenue and a lot of people buying gems for the 3 Kanto Legends, and we're still going to get more later on this anniversary too. I mean, I think so. I honestly, I don't think we're going to get a part 2. It would be nice if we do, but I don't think we will. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. What sync pairs, Pokemon trainers would you like to see come to Pokemon Masters, and why? Because I'm curious. You guys already know my 3, which is Zacian, Zamazenta, and Leon and Charizard. Or anybody else in Leon's team, I would personally like as well. Because just Leon and how he looks is just so cool. But like I said, let me know what you guys want to see, who you want to see, why, and your thoughts on Gigantamaxing and where they could have that placed throughout the game, or they could have their own separate game mode. So let me know what you guys think. And that'll be it for the video, and I'll see you guys later.